Welcome back to Apex Investor. I just did a 30-minute video and it found out the sound does not work. So I'm re-recording. I'm not going to do a 30-minute video today. I'm not going to redo it all. I'm just going to go over the highlights and hopefully save you a lot of time. You can see how much my portfolio is worth. They're complete transparency. That's Canadian dollars, folks. So $3,396.73. Total gain of 354. So we're making inroads here. I've invested about 10,000, but they're all orders being ready to be fulfilled. They're waiting to be filled, the orders. So they haven't hit my price point yet, but you're going to see this number rise just because I put in 10,000. That's just leftover Bitcoin money, all the Bitcoin I had remaining. And I sold at this time, or not at this time, but when it was at 90,000 Canadian per Bitcoin. So I'm going to look at a bunch of stocks and just go over them really briefly. So Take Two, that's the company that owns Rockstar, who they are releasing GTA 6 later this year. So expect that to take off once that game comes out. Bitcoin, the best investment you can make, period. Poor, rich, whatever. Bitcoin, just stock market for dummies, okay? You can buy this at 40,000, 50,000 Canadian. I don't know how much that is in US. And then you sell that at 90,000 plus or 100,000 plus. There are two stocks that are related to Bitcoin that are the best Bitcoin related stocks. But between the two, this one is the better one. It's called MicroStrategy. And there are millionaires being made from this stock. No joke. Millionaires are being made from this stock. And I'll show you why. Okay, so you look at the last year. Even if you had only $10,000 to invest, okay? And you want to buy this, let's say at $1,000, and then you sell it at 1,800. So you have 10 shares, roughly, and $800 or $700, even $600 per share. You're making $6,000 on $10,000. Okay, and that's not in a long period of time. That's just from the fluctuations of this. Even if you trading and you're getting $400 here, and then you're getting $500 there, that's a lot of money in a short period of time. And one of the best things about Bitcoin is they can never halt Bitcoin. They can't halt it if it goes too high, and they can't halt it if it goes too low either. So it's really the most fair investment in ages. It's outside of the bounds of the marketplace of the stock market. And it's decentralized. There's just so much going for Bitcoin. And even these Bitcoin related stocks, MicroStrategy in particular. Let's just say hypothetically you only had $1,000 or 10,000, and you bought MicroStrategy at around 300, 350, even 400. So you're getting at least two shares, times 5, so that's 10 shares. So let's say you have 10 shares, and this went up by $1,000, right? 1,000 times 10, that's $10,000, folks. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money just from, you're doubling your money. Actually, not even, is that doubling? Yeah, you're doubling your money just in a short period of time. So that's all I'll say about that. That's one of the best stocks you can invest in if you want to become rich in a way that is more secure, because Bitcoin is one of the most secure investments. But it is a make or break depending on what time. I was going to say what time. Yes, the time is important, but what price you enter in at. Okay, next is AVGO. I'm waiting for this to drop to 1,500, 1,600, but if it doesn't, I'll probably buy it anyway. Before the stock splits, it's going to be a 10 for 1. And The price target for this is 20, or I should say $2,000 to $2,400, and it is in the AI sector, one of the most promising sectors in all the world. Basically, AI is at the forefront of everything right now. It's going to revolutionize the world in the same way the internet did, if not more so. Okay, Nvidia. Nvidia is one of the best stocks. It's like the Bitcoin of the stock market, I like to say, but really the Bitcoin of the stock market is actually this one right here. Literally, MicroStrategy. But these ones are almost foolproof. Nvidia second, and then AVGO looks like it. Well, time will tell, but Nvidia is really the one to go with. But we'll see how that goes. But as you can see, I'm up with Nvidia. I bought this at that price at 110, actually 1,100 per share. So yeah, that's great. Grocery outlet. This is a good buy right now. $20 and below, 21, even at that price, you can sell that at 40. And you can see I'm up a little bit, but it still hasn't matured enough. QuantumScape, that's a great buy right now. $5 and below. This is going to go to $10. Folks, it's going to go to $10. Maybe at least $9, but it's going to go places in the next year. And I'm already up with that one as well. And because I got bought that at $4.95. Beyond Meat. This one is a good buy at $6. It's still a good buy at this point, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. I see this going to $9 at least. Kodak, good buy at $3.30, $3.50, $3.60. It's out of my price point right now. Outside of my price point, but I'd sell that at right now $5. Li Auto. That's the only stock I can confidently recommend that comes from China. It's a good buy right now, actually. This is a good price entry point. This will go up to 40. Almost guaranteed. Okay, it's going to go up to 40. So you'll double your money with this. I most likely will buy some. Even at this price, it's a good price. And it most likely will go to 40 in the next year, in the next 12 months. DraftKings, outside of my price point right now, let's skip over that. Inovio, this is a good stock. Good entry point at, I want to say $5. Sell at 10. This one is a good buy at 28 and lower, so 25 to 28, and then you want to sell that at 45 to 50. That's Trump stock. Tupperware, there's a good buy at $1. It's too high right now. I think there's just too many things going against it. We'll see how it goes, but there's a good buy at $1. Reddit is a good buy at I want to say 40. Then sell that right now at 60 and above. This one, I'm not going to talk about that one. It's too high and just not a great return on investment. McKesson, that's a great stock. Just a little too high as well. That's more of a long-term hold. Just buy it. Never look at it for the next 100 years. Novo Nordisk, skip over that. Costco, too expensive, but a great stock. One of the most stable stocks. Only upside to that, great upside. But just too expensive, and the return on investment is not as high as I would like it to be. Meta, same story. Microsoft, same story. This one, Taiwan, semiconductor manufacturing. It's a high risk because of a potential war between China and America. And I'm not looking at a war militarily. I'm looking at an economic war. And we're looking at possibly China invading Taiwan. So that one is just a big question mark. I'm not going to recommend that. Nintendo, good buy at $4, but this is a long-term hold and a great, one of the best companies in existence. Outside of my price point, obviously. This is a good stock because it is one of the few that does not have debt. Okay, but outside of my price point, I don't know about this stock. We'll skip over it. This one as well is like ISRG because it is one of the few stocks that does not have debt. Netflix, great, but outside my price point, too expensive, and the return on investment is too low. Unless you buy it when it crashes, when the stock market crashes, that's when you should buy Netflix. Tesla, this has seen a recent uptick. This is a good buy at, I want to say 150 and below. That's your entry point. Then you sell this 250 and above, where it is right now. So I don't see this staying at this level for too long. I see this going down in the next 6 months to a year, but it might very well go back up again. But we'll see. I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm not a financial advisor. Palantir is a good stock as well, but outside of my price point. I forgot what the price point is. Let's just open up the chart and take a look. The meme stocks, not going to recommend those. Why would you put a target on your head? Okay, and that's all the stocks I'll recommend. Let's look at Palantir and then close this video. So Palantir is a good buy at $14. It says it was at 14 at the low point. Yeah, 14 is a good entry point, even 15. And then you want to sell that at 20, even 24 and above. So that's a pretty good stock if you can get that at 15 and below. I was going to say above, no. If you could get this at $7, even better. Buy it at 7. But it may not go down there for quite a while. But that's still, this is still a decent entry point, 14, 15. Look at this. Let's see if there's proof for that. $20. Okay. So it looks like support levels are actually getting lower and lower. So that's all I wanted to mention in this video. Just a quick update as to how I'm doing and stocks that I see a lot of potential in. Now the thing with this channel, we made a big mistake. I'm going to confess. I admit my mistake. I made a big mistake with metamaterials. It cost me 70 grand. Okay. I had 70 grand. Pretty much lost it all. It's all gone. And then I had leftover money in Bitcoin. Took that, cashed out Bitcoin, and then I invested again in the stock market because, you know, Bitcoin takes a while to really time it and wait for it to hit the highest highs and then reach the lowest lows. So these are the stocks I feel the most confidence in this present moment. And one thing I wanted to say about this channel is that I'm very open-minded. I'm open to adjusting and adapting. And every good investor has to be open-minded and being able to adjust and adapt and never give up. That's why I'm continuing this channel. I want to show you that I haven't given up on the market. I haven't given up on investing. That there are still ways to invest even in these hard times where the cost of living is just ridiculous. It's out of the realm of reality for a lot of people to actually own a home. How many in the future generation, Gen Z, are actually going to buy a home and not have a mortgage? How many are going to be a slave to their mortgage for kingdom come, right? So this is a way to kind of navigate our present economic climate. You want to invest in the best stocks, and this is the place to do it. This is the place where I show you the best stocks, in my opinion, based on the trends, based on technical analysis, based on the reputation, which metamaterials didn't have, to be honest. They didn't have the reputation. They didn't have a history of proven proof of concept. They didn't show that they were profitable before. It's all speculation. It's all on potential. And so I learned the hard way. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, we'll do a video whenever you want. You know, when I have good news for you and so on. So I think that's all for now. Let's just see if I remember any news that when I look through these stocks, I did look at news in the 30-minute video, but I seem to have forgotten what the news was. Kodak. They had some good news, but didn't really affect the stock too much. What else? Tupperware didn't have the greatest news, but we'll just see how that goes. Besides that, I want to say that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I would advise for everyone to steer clear of the meme stocks. Why? Because you're setting yourself up for failure. These stocks are being targeted by the whales, by the the hedge funds and so on. So why would you do that to yourself? They've sabotaged the stock market. They have rigged the stock market against you. So why would you become a fool to this again? Just invest in safe stocks that are not being targeted by the establishment. Okay, because look how long you would have to wait. This was a flat line essentially for years. From 2022, it was $16. It stayed at 16 to 23 for 2 years. Okay, not everyone has the time to wait that long. A lot of people lost a lot of money. Millions of people lost millions of dollars. Retail investors, not the bigwigs, the normal people, the blue collar workers. So if you bought this at the low point, $12, and you sold it only recently, let's say you bought this at $12, $13, and you sold it at 45. You only had a day to do that, because the following day it just dropped. It dropped really quickly, whereas Bitcoin is not the same way. It hits the high and then stays there for 6 months plus. That's why it is the stock market for dummies. Whereas here you're intentionally putting yourself into harm's way. You're intentionally going in insane, impossible mode for the stock market. And they're also cheating. They're cheating. Okay, so why would you put yourself through that? Okay, that's my advice. Take it as you will. That's all I have to say for this video. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again in the next one.